Howdy, howdy there, it's me again. Ryan here, coming to you from Tokyo, Japan. So, yeah, I'm kind of relaxing at home at the moment. And thought I'd do another one of these. Alright, so, last video, there's a lot of discussion going around in Japan about possible fission. And yeah, it didn't take TEPCO long to have to admit that that's exactly what was going on. But don't smoke. So, true to TEPCO form, they said, oh no, don't worry. We're certain we have fission, but there's no increase in radiation. And that sounds strange to me, so I looked it up and found that if you have nuclear fission, you must have an increase in radiation. It's just got to happen. There's no way around it at all. If you have fission, radiation levels go up. And they sit there and they say that no, there's zero increase in radiation at the plant, and everything's under control, and we'll have the plant completely shut down by the end of the year. It's got to the point where it's kind of ridiculous. Don't you guys have to admit that? I mean, really, how much longer can they keep this up? Some news breaks, they can't hide. At first they stall and say, no, only likely, probably, could, would, and then people call bullshit. And they come out and say, yes, that's true, but everything's under control. And we're going to have this plant shut down by end of the year. Well, it's November now. And we're still talking about meltdowns and fissions and radiation leaks and poisoned food and all kinds of madness. End of the year. Do tell. I'd really like to know how they're going to have the plant shut down, as they say, by the end of the year. Like I've said before, I'm not a nuclear expert, not a physicist. I'm not even a scientist, but just digging around things and doing a little basic research, I can see clearly that, God, man, TEPCO is so full of shit. And the Japanese government just gives them a free hand. The Japanese Nuclear Regulatory Agency doesn't do anything. They won't put their name on the line to stand by anything TEPCO says, if you haven't noticed. Nothing. They avoid agreeing with TEPCO. But yet they also avoid making any clear statements about what's going on. It's just a big mess. Still having problems over here. Reactor 2, yep, it's confirmed, has fission. But TEPCO says, that's temporary, not a sustained chain reaction. I'm wondering, what that exactly means. Because once you got fission, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it does come and go. But shouldn't that be something that kind of gets quickly out of control? You know, you have meltdown, multiple reactors, radiation spews everywhere, and it's still coming out of that damn plant, man. There's still radiation coming out of that plant. Everywhere. Pardon, Mike's not cooperating. But then they'll come out and say, oh no, it's fine. Don't worry. What is it? I mean, what's really going on? I know I've said this many, many times, but what's really going on? We got fission, but there's no increase in radiation. That's gotta be a lie. That's got to be a lie. There's no way that can be true. From all the research I've done, everything I've looked into, yeah, fission, radiation increases. If it goes critical, radiation increases. But TEPCO says no increase in radiation. Oh, I think they're scared. Because people are so mad at them for not preparing that plant for something like a massive earthquake and a tsunami. And they've already bullshitted their way through a lot of incidents at that plant that maybe they're to the point where they're just terrified to even say anything, and they just downplay every piece of information that comes out. That's the habit they formed, and they're following it every time. Downplay everything. Don't want to be honest. Don't want to be straightforward with nobody. Just want to, be assholes. No. Tell bold-faced lies. And I expect people to believe it. I mean, it should be clear to them that every time that they BS, people call them on it. I mean, really. Every time. They get called out. Again and again and again and again and again. And every time they have to turn right around and, and correct themselves. And then downplay things. Again. Constantly. It's like watching a little boy trying to lie himself out of trouble. You listen to him long enough, and it's clear that he's guilty as charged of whatever he's been accused of. Oh man, it's nerve-wracking to keep up with it. To know that I'm living here and all this is happening. It's just mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. How much dirty liars these guys are, man. I mean, it's obvious. I mean, really. That plant is in really shitty condition. It's obvious. TEPCO doesn't have things under control. Really, really obvious to the, anybody with a brain. Anybody. TEPCO is full of shit. I need another smoke to even get through this. It's driving me up the wall. Big time. Every time I look at it. Every time I go look around for information, I just find, backpedaling by TEPCO, attempts to cover their own ass. But this latest one, that's just ridiculous, man. How can you say you've had fission and you haven't had any increase in radiation? How can you say that? I mean, seriously. How can you be that bold? I mean, I don't see how. That takes a big pair, you know, to lie like that. A big old fat parrot. To be that damn asinine. To make someone even like me, a layman, see through it. I was easily able to find that on the net. Just did a quick search. What happens when you have nuclear fission? Found the answer. You have a chain reaction and you have a sharp increase in radiation. So I guess, it was lucky for them that due to the type of material in that number 2 reactor, xenon came out, which is a sign of fission. And they could say, oh, that was the only radiation that came out, and it goes away after a few hours. That'll be their cover story. Let's wait and see how many new areas of Japan start having radiation again. I mean, these hot spots keep showing up, and then we'll see. And I hate to say that. I take no pleasure, in doing these vids. I mean, I enjoy doing these and spreading these information, having discussions with you about it, but, like, saying these things to the world, because there's a lot of people who don't want to believe things. I take no pleasure in saying things that are hard for people to accept, hard for people to deal with. And I'm not doing a long video this time, so that's just my thoughts. Again, TEPCO is full of shit. You have fission, you have increase in radiation. So we'll see. The next, few days, maybe it'll take the end of November. TEPCO, good luck achieving shutdown, as you call it, by the end of the year. Again, thanks everyone for watching this video. If you like it, please hit the like button. Please leave a comment. Share your thoughts. Till next time, this is me, checking out.